So my friend came today. We had a lovely time. She brought delicious burritos. And I made some serious progress on this painting. I think you can see it pretty well in this light. I'm pleased with it. I'm really happy with how it's coming out for my first time working with full body acrylics. And I like how I still have a little bit of work I want to do on it. But yeah, really nice. I'm trying to get out from behind here. I'm just about to set the camera up for a time lapse because we've got some pretty cool looking clouds going on here and a storm moving through. And I thought it might be a cool moment to catch on film. I'm really enjoying this camera. I haven't painted that yet. I've just been looking at it, kind of studying the shadows. Figure I'll really just get to know it with my eyes and then be able to paint it rather quickly, I hope. Right? Sort of the idea. So here we go again. I just packed up everything and heading to town so I can just get stuff. Phone bill's due tomorrow, and so I'm about to rob Peter to pay Paul because I need food. So I gotta buy the food, and I didn't even have all the money for the phone bill. So okay, the phone bill's $143. The amount of money I have is $60, and I need food and propane. So food and propane are going to win today as much as I want the phone bill to win tomorrow. But I am working on a painting. So, and you've seen the progress, right? It's coming. And I feel like if I can finish this painting, then even if it's not this one that sells, another one will. And it'll be just what I need to cover the bill, and it'll all happen. But I call it painting karma, right? If I don't finish the painting I'm working on, I don't leave the space open for the money to come in. So now I got to get my ass to the store because I'm hungry. Yes, I ate myself out of the van again. So I've got to go and get food. All right, let me go so I can get my ass back here and reset up, meditate, because that'll help hopefully put my head in the space I want it to be in while I'm painting this painting. And maybe even do a sketch before I get to work on the painting. I don't know. We'll see what the afternoon brings. It's already getting to afternoon. It took me that long to get packed up. So, here we go. Nugget, are you ready? Are you almost finished with your shower so we can go? Look at how misty you got the windshield. I told you not to use all the hot water. So I went in to Walmart with Faith. And I have 74 cents left. And I got only what I needed for the next few days to eat. I didn't, because you can't just buy one day's worth of food. It doesn't work like that, right? unless I'm gonna spend a lot of money on one or two meals. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I did my regular shopping. I got my bag of broccoli, my container of mushrooms, a half a dozen eggs, because who can even afford a dozen eggs anymore? Holy crap. One stick of butter. I got Nuggets food. I know. That's $16-17 right there in one shot. That's always a tough one to swallow. 2 bottles of protein, because buying one is silly when it is an entire dollar cheaper to buy 2 at one time. And I'm going to go through it. And, we've had some chilly mornings. And, if I don't buy the 2, that'll be when it drops and I really need it for heat, right? Besides just cooking. I got a little ground beef because I need some fat on my bones, and I got some kielbasa for same reason, right? I've been doing this like strictly vegetarian diet just because I don't have money for meat, and I'm paying for it because I've lost so much weight and I cannot put weight back on, and meat's how I put weight back on. So I did it. I bought the meat. And and it still somehow managed to add up to $65, $64 and change, right? Because I literally have like 74 cents left. Yeah. But I'm going to take a deep breath, do my best not to let this anxiety spin me into a negative place. I'm going to drive myself back to my spot. I'm going to unpack, and I'm going to make myself a nice hearty meal, and then I'm going to take it a step from there and really hope that I can get my brain back, because right now I can get my brain back. I can get my brain back. Nugget? Oh, what? You're taking a bath again? Again? Oh, sorry. So back from the store, and you see I gotta put everything now back away so I can get into the cooler, get to food, and try to put stuff back where it goes so that it's not all over everything again. And whether or not I'm gonna put up the awning at this moment, we'll see. I'm tired. It's a pain in the butt. Not really. It's not really that much of a pain in the butt, but I'm tired and I gotta cook food, and I'm cranky because I'm hungry. Okay. So I finally got to work on my painting. And I did something different. I pulled out my palette knife. I've never used my palette knife for painting before, so definitely a first. And I feel like I needed something to sort of shake me back into working on this painting that was bold. Like I found myself falling into some old painting habits, which is fine when I'm painting with gouache. But I've got acrylic, and it suddenly occurred to me that I'm not using it the way I could be using it. So I did this. Yeah. So that picture shows a whole lot, doesn't it? Crazy. And now I've decided to go even a step further. And I've turned it upside down. Because I think I'm going to work on it upside down at this point to try to get this look of these rocks with my palette knife. I think it'll work easier for me. I know. It's kind of crazy. I'm broke. And really, is this the time for me to be taking chances with a painting? Yeah, maybe that's the time for me to take a chance with a painting. I got nothing to lose. I got no money to pay my phone bill. Yeah, so we'll see how that works out. The day's not over yet, so I still have time. Is this painting going to be finished? Probably not, is my thinking, but who knows? If I get carried away, maybe. I am tired, and I've been in and out of ocular migraines all day, which also has not made this simpler project, right? Because every time I sit down to mix and paint, I've got jagged stuff running through my vision and distorting everything that I'm looking at. Yeah. So I had to keep walking away, and that's okay. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get this one out. That's all. I shouldn't be shouldn'ting myself. Right? Yeah. All right. Back to the drawing board.
My very limited palette of blue, red, yellow, and white.
do to this? I gotta fix that. This is the face of someone who may have gone too far. Okay, so what did I do here? Well, I was trying to... I need to fix this, and I need to fix that. It's not right, and it's driving me nuts. I don't know. I may have just gone way too far and pushed this too far, and maybe I just need to scrap it and start over. But I feel like I need to keep trying something. I don't know. I don't know. I just keep piling it on, and I'm like, what? But then I kind of like what's happening with all of the different bits of color that are showing through in this foreground. And it is the foreground, and it's okay for the background to be more muted. Sometimes when I'm critiquing my own work, I go too far. And this time, I don't know if I did or not, but I'm kind of feeling like I might have. But then again, I'm kind of feeling like I'm onto something here. So I am putting that painting aside right now, right? I need to rethink that palette. I slept on it. It is the next day. And I am thinking that realizing something really important is what I'm doing. I realize that, oh, sorry, the angle on this is weird. I realized that I started that painting on a cloudy day inside the van. And then I went to paint outside on a sunny day. So my memory of mixing colors, I have this muscle memory thing. And also the lighting is different. So it may have looked that way to me in here, right? And I'm remembering it outside, and I'm trying to mix the same way. And I have to remember that acrylic doesn't dry like gouache, right? With gouache, I am so accustomed to things getting darker or lighter, right? Depending on the pigment, right? Because your darks get lighter in gouache and your lights get darker in gouache, and you have to always be thinking about that. And so I got heavy-handed with my dark green, and then I thought, well, I guess that could still make a decent underpainting, right? So, and then I started working in reds and mixing, and it was becoming really bright, and I thought, I better stop, because I'm really changing the palette, and not necessarily in a way that I want to, and not, the painting is in, I mean, you could say, oh, shadow, but it's too much shadow. It's just too much. And the color, the oranginess of the foreground does not go with the shadows in the background. And they do need to be somewhat cohesive. Somewhat. And it's a tonal thing, right? If that red was less orange, if I'd added more blue than yellow, right? But I still wanted that earthy like pottery quality to it, right? But just paler, and added more white to it to mute it, to saturate the color, right? And desaturate the color, excuse me. Yeah. So, I'm taking a break from it, because I'm gonna do bad things. I know it's gonna happen, and this gooseneck's gonna make me mad in a minute. But I think I might have gotten this right now. So I'm on to the next thing that I have to get onto. I still have about $40 to make my phone bill, but I'm feeling good that I can do that by the end of today. And yes, there'll be a late fee, but I can take that. You know, it'll be the next time around. And I'm back. It's hard to get back in the swing of the hustle again, let me tell you. I spent the summer writing. I had some very, very generous soul make it possible for me to not worry about my finances for 2 months. And I had extra expenses during those 2 months because of the registration of the vehicle and getting my driver's license and having to pay for a class. Yeah, that's a long story. There's a video. You can go look. Just that I got to sit still, but in that, and I dove into writing, and I'm very focus-oriented person, and when I'm in a project, everything else disappears. It is what happens. So, and I just accept it now. I do my best to kind of put safety measures in place, but there's only so much I can do. But it takes a little bit for me to get back into the hustle again, and I have to get back into selling my paintings and reminding all of you that I need assistance when I need assistance. So, that being said, I have new solar panel that's working amazing. So, I am doing a trade, and I am painting a painting of a photograph that she took of Monticello, and I'm going to put that right here. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that sky. Those mountains. Ah! So I have figured out that I'm going to do an 8 by 9 inch painting. I believe. Let me just check my marks. So I'm going to be cutting this paper eventually. I'm probably going to cut it beforehand because what happens is it cockles, right? So if I'm not using the whole page on the watercolor block, it'll cockle. Funny when you're only getting part of the paper wet. So I need to cut it off and tape it to another surface to work on, which I have. So just checking my size. Yes, 8 by 9 is correct. And I really think it's going to work out great for this painting. So I am going to get started on that. And I will keep you updated on my progress as I go.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my journey on this new painting style for me. Like today's video, subscribe, contribute. All the links are below. I so appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.